Z for Z. Set in a desolate post-nuclear landscape, this captivating work of fiction unveils a world ravaged by a nuclear war, leaving only a young teenage girl, Anne Burden, and her loyal dog, Pharaoh, on her family's self-contained farm, shielded from the devastating radiation by the farm's protective weather system. Anne believes herself to be the last surviving human. With her parents lost during a futile search expedition, she courageously assumes the responsibility of tending the farm, sustaining herself by growing crops, and living off the land within her self-imposed quarantine. The title Z for Zachariah gains significance through a poignant anecdote from Anne's past, where her children's book, A for Adam, symbolized the first man. Consequently, she perceives Zachariah as the representation of the last man on earth. After a year of solitude, Anne's world is upended when she notices a mysterious figure, clad in what appears to be a hazmat suit, entering the premises of the farm. Filled with fear, she retreats to a nearby cave, closely observing the stranger's actions. He searches the area and washes himself in the radiation-affected river. Cautious of his intentions, Anne refrains from warning him, fearing his potential danger. However, as the man's health deteriorates, Anne confronts the stark reality of her perpetual loneliness and resolves to assist him. She learns that the man is John Loomis, a chemist who created the supposed radiation-proof suit he wears in an attempt to survive the nuclear catastrophe. As Loomis battles his illness, he experiences haunting flashbacks of a tragic event: his deadly altercation with his friend Edward over the possession of the safe suit. As Edward desperately searched for his family, Anne silently bears witness to Loomis's tormented memories, keeping his dark secret to herself. Amidst caring for Loomis, Anne finds herself indulging in fantasies of a potential union with him. Gradually, Loomis recovers from his ailment, but his demeanor takes a bitter turn. He begins to criticize and berate Anne for her farm management practices, forbidding her from even touching his precious safe suit. Eventually, Loomis adopts a dangerous kill or be killed mentality, attempting to kidnap Anne during the night. Alert and resilient, Anne thwarts his plan, escaping to the safety of the cave once again. After allowing John Loomis to cool off for a few days, Anne cautiously approaches him with a fair proposal for them to coexist on the farm. They would live separate lives but share the workload and divide the produce equally. Reluctantly, Loomis agrees, but over time, he becomes more and more of a burden to Anne. He restricts her access to farm equipment and supplies, and when she confronts him about it, he shoots her in the leg as she approaches the house. The wound becomes infected, and Anne begins experiencing her own hallucinations. Loomis spirals into a rampage, using Anne's loyal dog, Pharaoh, to track her hiding spot in the cave and destroying all her belongings in a fit of madness. Having managed to escape, Anne realizes the extent of Loomis's insanity. She decides it's time to leave the farm and plans to steal his safe suit, embarking on a journey to neighboring valleys in search of a safer community. Struggling with the idea of killing Pharaoh to prevent him from tracking her again, Anne ultimately cannot bring herself to harm her faithful companion. Tragically, Pharaoh succumbs to radiation poisoning after accidentally entering the contaminated creek. Leaving a note for Loomis as a distraction, Anne successfully steals his safe suit. As Loomis catches up to her on her way out, she reveals that she knows the truth: he killed Edward over the safe suit. Overwhelmed with remorse, Loomis pleads with her to stay, terrified of being alone once more. However, Anne has made her decision. As a gesture of goodwill, Loomis shares that he noticed birds flying west from the farm, hinting that there may be signs of life in that direction. Grateful for the information, Anne promises to send help if she finds anyone. The novel concludes with them finding an amicable understanding, and Anne walks into the once feared radiated zone, now determined to face her fears and seek a new future.